Hello? Wow. I really prayed that the last one, the audio worked, but okay. Thank you for letting me know, Rich. Yeah, now it's working. Did it not work on the last one at all either? And you just didn't say anything? I don't know what to do. All right. I'm going to just backtrack. I don't know. We only did 8 minutes on the last one, so we'll see how it goes. That's pretty awful, though. But yeah, so, anyways, as I mentioned, going to try to go daily with some jokes and stuff like that from my Twitter, posted on the Twitter feed. Man, I can't even believe that I just fucking spent all that time just so it didn't go. Anyways, okay. So we're just going to focus on this. Maybe I'll have to redo my daily live. I'm not even sure. Kind of is what it is. I don't know. So if someone's good at lip reading, maybe they'll at least hear what I said. Rattled, but yeah. So here's my jokes based on kind of what came up into mind. First one goes, today I got my first ever massage. When I turned over asking for a happy ending, she said, "We no do that here." Very disappointed. Who knew physical therapists were such prudes? So I'm sure my delivery is not quite there. It's still like kind of fresh, but good to get the practice in here. Then another one goes, sometimes I practice my jokes in front of my gram. Even though my content's pretty dark, she's a great audience and it's a perfect practice. No matter how many times she hears the joke, she reacts like it's the first time hearing it. Dementia's the best. I don't know. Now I don't like it now that I say it because Richard said he hated it, or mom, I guess. But or my mom didn't say she hated it, but now it's my mom, I guess. You won't even be able to see it after I post this, but I guess my mom's on my brother's Instagram. Gotta love it. They're just like in the next room, which is pretty awkward, anyways. So yes, ha ha ha. Let's go. So the next one. Sorry, you got to hear this, mom. This is just the raunchiness of my jokes here, but I don't think I'm going to say the full joke, but I'm going to give you the joke here and we'll elaborate on it at a later date. You're not online, sir. Yeah, you got to like, you, some reason you like blocked me or something like that. Anyways, it goes, yeah, I'm confused too, mom. It goes, I've been trying to date a stripper for the past 8 months. After a long break from trying, I ended up matching with one on Bumble. Who cares if she's 300 pounds and is not legally allowed to give lap dances? Like my granddad always said, 280, what a lady. So that's one. And then the raunchy follow up, which I'll probably leave out on this because it's just a lot, goes, one time she sat on my face. I thought I was doing a good job, but after a few seconds, I could tell she wasn't into it. Turns out it was just a starburst she dropped on while driving last week. Fuck. I blew that one. It's interesting. I'm gonna say I said something more inappropriate on Twitter, but I felt awkward saying it out loud, even though this is my raunchier page. Still didn't quite have the confidence to say it, so there's that. All right, we're gonna go through. We got a couple funny stories. Oh no, we're gonna talk about weekly plan for comedy. Got to figure out if I'm gonna actually redo the live post or what I'll do. Maybe just post it and like voice over it and stuff like that, and just try to do it really quickly. I'm not sure. That's kind of interesting in itself. So daily jokes on Twitter. We went through that. Talking about the weekly plan. I'm going to write jokes tomorrow. Going to continue to read the comedy Bible. But you know what's funny is I didn't even start the Shane D YouTube one. Whatever. I'll start it now. I'm all over the place because this one should start automatically, but it didn't start. What up, Shane D Comedy YouTube? You kind of missed the beginning there. Probably didn't miss a whole lot. Didn't feel like the jokes had much juice right now. So we're going to continue working on them. They're kind of just going on in the background, anyways. But yeah. So gonna write jokes tomorrow, read some of the comedy Bible between now and kind of when I do stand up Thursday. Wednesday night I usually do comedy cabana, like there's like a workshop, but I don't think I'm gonna make it because of my birthday. I'm also might not make the open mic down at Main Street Tap House. If you are around there, check it out. Really cool spot. Not a lot of comics, but they do have musicians and stuff like that, so worth checking out. I am trying, and I'm very scared or nervous to drive up to Wilmington this Thursday. I'm going to try my best at Dead Crow to get on the open mic and then kill it, or at least not bomb. So we'll see. Fingers crossed I get to go up, and fingers crossed that I will do well. So I got a couple funny stories here, and then we're kind of going to end it here. So for starters, I got a massage today, my first one ever. And, I'm not going to go in too much detail, but there was a chance that there may have the coveted happy ending. And I just was like weirded out. I'm like, oh, I just don't want to get in trouble. It's kind of like awkward, doesn't really feel right for all sorts of reasons, like human trafficking, et cetera, et cetera. Also, just so happened that the massage parlor's on the same exit as my church. And I was like, this is just a sign that I shouldn't, get something like that done. Anyways, long story longer, by the end of it, I was down because I was like, when in Rome, kind of thing. But it wasn't that kind of place, I guess. And that was the inspiration for one of my jokes today about the physical therapist, just trying to make something funny. But yeah, I don't know if that story's that funny or inappropriate, but we try to get raunchy here on the Shane D comedy show, Late Night Shane show. So that's what you get. Cool. Yeah, the last thing is pretty funny is like last week I went to a strip club with this person and I actually know his wife like from somewhere. I don't know. I don't want to give too much details and give it away. Like she obviously knows as far as I know. And he was like told her that, oh, me and Shane are going to a strip club, and she was like, good luck. Or no, have fun, and like not in the mean way. Was like actually like tell him I said hello and stuff like that, which is pretty funny in itself. The accomplishment I have on going to a strip club last week was I only spent $80 and I feel like I had a good time, which where I'm not drinking, like I could easily spend $80 on a night and, have a lot less fun, I guess you would say. And the $80 actually included cover charge. So the funny thing about the story is I saw this stripper on stage and she's like good looking enough, but like I'm not really interested in her. Like if I'm gonna date a stripper, like I want to like smoking hot stripper, not just like your run of the mill. And I don't mean anything bad. She's a nice enough girl, but I don't even think I would date her if she wasn't a stripper. So not sure I want to date her as a stripper kind of thing. And yeah, so at one point I'm like, this girl looks like a girl I matched with, and I'm pretty sure she is actually a stripper, which was kind of funny because I'd been, trying to date a stripper for X amount of, months. Not seriously date, but just like for the story or just like to figure it out, whatever, just to say it. Not really sure. Okay, so that's probably why it hasn't been working, anyways, because it's more of a novelty than a serious, attempt. That's not where I don't actually want to date someone and marry someone that's a stripper. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but not necessarily going for that. So the funniest thing is like we matched on Hinge, and so I tracked down like her Instagram because I had her on Instagram, tracked down her Hinge profile because her name on Instagram just didn't really tell me her name. And I was like telling the people I'm with, I'm like, dude, I think this girl we matched. And they're like, I think you might be right. And I'm like, dude, I got to say her name and see. So she's up dancing. And I'm just like, Lonnie, Lonnie. And she looks over at me. And I'm sure it's not her stripper name, I would guess. You know what I mean? My guess is that her name on Hinge is different than her stripper name. And so at first she comes over and just like all confused, maybe somewhat disturbed. And then she's like, how do you know my name? And I explained the story. And then she's pretty cool with it. I talked about how like I seen her acting, just basically being like not a creep on social media, but like, okay, it comes across my page. And I was asking her about like when's the next show, yada yada yada. Anyway, she told me to slide in her DM, so probably not gonna pursue that, but I thought that was a pretty funny story in itself. I guess the funniest story of all the night is how I recorded a freaking, 10-minute speech about what I did today, what I've learned, and all that. And it turns out my mic was muted. So that's shame on me for not double checking, and whatever happened, is what it is. It sucks because my Facebook's going to be messed up. Even if I posted it, Instagram's going to be messed up. I don't know. It's like the third time this has happened. Got to kind of revamp why it's happening. And ultimately, we'll see kind of long term how to fix it. Otherwise, going to call it a night. I hope you guys have a great day. About to go eat some cookies in there with my brother and my ma. Enjoy the rest of my night and probably go to bed because it is already 12:40. So even though I had some things I wanted to do that was mentioned on the last call, not so sure I'll be able to do it now. Anyways, we will see. Young Deuces, hope you have a great day. Keep on checking in. Daily Shane D is not a daily show, but I do expect to have an update by later this week. And keep checking out the Daily Shane D. Give or take a day here and there, but we do try to have at least one day, one episode a day. Peace out.